Maturim Kushvatim Radha Kundamagirivam Oho Radhikau Madhvasam Prabhu Yasya Patita Kripaya Sri Guru Tam Natos Guravi Gaurachandray Radhikaya Tadari Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Ananda Lila Maya Vigrahaya Himabhadyapyatschari Sundaraya Tasmai Mahapremarasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya Vina Aparada Lakshe Chiltasta Kamari Toram Kamali Kripa Maikam Shanam Prapanna Prinde Namase Charanarvindam Prinde Namase Charanarvindam Govinda Damodara Maraveti Govinda Damodara Maraveti Govinda Damodara Maraveti Govinda Damodara Maraveti Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Saketi Govinda Damodara Maraveti Sham Sundar Skanda Shikhar Smarha Sumurli Manohara Radhikar Sikam Mama Kripanidhe Supriya Charna King Kurim Kuru Tavaivasmi Najivami Tayabana Iti Vikyaya Devi Tam Nayamam Charnatikam. First of all, I have to make sustained Dandavat Pushpanjali, my heart like flowers thousands of times at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipful spiritual Gurudev. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Shtol Tarasata Sisimat Rupanugachari Vareshla Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Ki. Secondly, I have my pranam thousands of times at the lotus feet of my Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara. And finally, I have my pranam to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vanachakal Purvasta Upasni Putitanam Pavani Bhavasta. What is valuable in our life? Shastri said, Janama Maranadi Samsara Anala Santapta Dipta Shesha Jala Rashim Niva. For those souls, we conditioned souls who are in the blazing fire of repeated birth and death again and again. We should seek out the Sadhu Sangha, association of Sri Krishna's pure devotees. How? Santapta dipta shesha jalarashimiva, just like a person whose hair is on fire. They run to the river. If your hair is on fire, then what do? You sit around, just wait, I have to just watch this TV show. I am busy now. No. If your hair is on fire, you will, without any delay, with great eagerness, with desperation, you will run at once to the river. So in the same way, those who are in the fire of material existence, those who are fortunate, they will run and come into the association of pure devotees. Tulayama levanapi naswagam na punabhavan bhagavat sangi sangasya matkanam kimutashisha. The Prachetas have prayed, "Oh my Lord, what benediction can you give to us, we mortal beings in the world of death? We only want 1 second of association with the sadhu. That moment's association with the pure devotee. Na swargam na punabhavan. It cannot be compared to the attainment of the heavenly planets. Even going to Swargalo, which is the fruit of karma, cannot be compared to the fruit of karma. Don't try. Don't even say it. The karma is small and this is very big. Don't even compare them. There's no comparison. Tulyam lavanapi. Don't compare it to even mukti moksha nirvana, being liberated from this world. Because in that nirvishesh brahma, in that impersonal light, there is no premamoyi seva, loving service. There's no Lila Bihari, supremely sweet and playful Krishna. So that is a terrible thing. So don't compare the fruit of sadhu sangha with the fruit of the path of jnana, which leads one to liberation. Bhagavat sangi sangasya matyanam kimutashisha. I want only one moment's association, Bhagavat sangi sangasya. The association of a Bhagavat sangi. That means the association of someone who he himself is an associate of Krishna. It's better even than association with Krishna. Kamsa Maharaj also had Krishna's association. The association of Krishna will not necessarily give you love, but if we associate with those who love Krishna, then that love will come to us. In what way? Susrustro sadadanasya vasudeva katha ruchi sanmayat seva vipa punyatirtha nisevanat. Sutta Goswami Pada said, if you go to a holy place, it is only successful if in that holy place you serve the Vaishnavas. And if a person serves the Vaishnavas, then they may be blessed by them to get Vasudeva Katha Ruchi, a taste in Harikatha. You know, we do Sankirtan everywhere. We try to preach the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu everywhere to get the message, the mercy of Sri Sri Gaur Nitai. But what is this mercy of Sri Sri Gaur Nitai? Dui Bayaridayera Shalyandaka, Dui Bhagavat Prasange Karna Sakshatkar. Srila Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami part, he said, in the dark we cannot see anything, but if a light comes, then we can recognize the objects in a room. This is a table, this is a pot. So in the same way, when we receive the mercy of the two brothers, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, then the heart becomes illuminated. And when the heart is illuminated, we can recognize something. Two things. Dui Bhagavat Sange Karna Sakshaka. Their mercy brings us into the association and we can recognize Eka Bhagavata Bara Bhakti Rasa Shastra, Ara Bhagavata Bhakti Rasa Patra. We recognize that the Srimad Bhagavatam, which describes the glories of Sri Krishna and his greatest glory, that he cannot repay Srimati Radharani, Na Parayam Niravadya Sapita. The Srimad Bhagavatam, which speaks the glories of especially Srimati Radharani, that this is the greatest scripture. We recognize this. And by the mercy of Gaur Nitai, they empower us to recognize Bhakta Bhagavata. Not only the book Bhagavat, but the devotee Bhagavat. The devotee Bhagavat is a Bhakti Rasa Patra. One receptacle, full and overflowing always with Bhakti Rasa. So, Dui Bhagavata Dwara Diya Bhakti Ras Tahara Hridoya Tara Prema Hoya Vash. When the Bhagavad Katha and the devotee Bhagavat, these two together come in our life by the combination of these two, then the Bhakti Rasa, the mellows of devotion, are installed within to our hearts through the medium of Harikatha. Harikatha is not an ordinary thing. Harikatha is really the Nitya Lila Prakatya, the direct manifestation of the eternal pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Patute Parda Ute. In Brajbas it said, when the Katha begins, the curtain rises. That means just like a person goes and sits in a theatre and they're waiting, and then when the music starts and the curtain rises, then they see the drama on the stage. So those who really, they are surrendered at the lotus feet of Gurudev. When the Harikatha begins, it's like the curtain rises. The curtain of Maya rises, and they see the beautiful drama of Radha and Krishna. This is really Harikatha, real Shravana, real hearing, and real Kirtan. So, Tahara Hridoya Tara Prema Hoya Vash. When through the medium of Harikatha, that the Prem is installed into the heart, then Krishna, like a bumblebee, he becomes attracted to the fragrance of that Prem. And he comes under the control of that devotee. Though Krishna Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha, he is the supreme controller. But when that love, Prem, comes into our heart that we receive by hearing Harikatha, Krishna becomes helpless and becomes controlled by the devotee's love. This is the power of Harikatha. Sa uttama shloka mahammukochuta bhavat padam boja sudakananila smritim puna vismrita tatma vartmanam kuyoginam no vitarattalambarai. Prithu Maharaj, he has said, even having darshan of the Lord said, I will give you a benediction. Prithu Maharaj said, give me thousands of years. So that with thousands and thousands of years, I can hear Sa Uttam Shloka Mahanmukochita. The Mahan Mukha Achyuta. The Katha of Krishna coming from the lips of the great Vaishnavas. This is a what? Bhavat Paramboja Sudakananila. This Harikatha carries the fragrance of the nectar of Sri Krishna's lotus feet. Sri Krishna's lotus feet are so fragrant with the kumkum. That is the cosmetic from the heart of Srimati Radhika. And when the wind blows, it carries the fragrance of Radhika's love for Krishna from the lotus feet of Krishna in the air. And when a pure Vaishnava speaks Harikatha, that air carrying the fragrance of the cosmetic from the heart of Radhika and the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, it comes out in the form of Harikatha. And those who are hearing it, what will happen? This is a Suddha. like an ocean of nectar. It is so powerful. You don't have to even be touched by this ocean of nectar. You can, Sudha Kana means just be touched by one small atom of the fragrance of this love. No. Sudha Kananila. You don't even have to be touched by the ocean of nectar or even one atom. We only have to be touched by the wind, the air, which has touched one atom of this love of Radhika for Krishna. And if that will touch us through the medium of Harikatha, then Smritim Puna Vismrita Tattvavat Manam. We conditioned souls in this world, we are Vismrita Tattva. We have forgotten the truth. Vismrita Tattva. We are thinking, I am from New York, I am from Trinidad, I am from Guyana, I am from Switzerland. Thinking like this. It is complete agyan, ignorance. Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. Every soul is the eternal servant of Krishna. We have no relation, no connection with this Maya, actually. So when one is touched just by the air which has touched one atom of the nectar of the Prem of Radhika for Sri Krishna, coming in the form of Harikatha, then at once one who is Vismrita Tattva, then Smritim Puna, his memory is awakened. Ainanga tanuja kinkaram Patitam mam vishame bhavam buddho Kripaya tava pada pankaja Srita dhuri satrisham vichintaya. O son of Nanda Maharaj, you see, son of Nanda Maharaj, not Bhagavan, not Ishvara, but son of Nanda Maharaj. Very sweet, beautiful. Lila, in Braj Bhasha, Lila means lovely boy, playing in Braja. O son of Nanda Maharaj, I am your kinkari, I am your maidservant. But somehow I have fallen in this world. Please pick me up and accept me like a dust at your lotus feet. Then the devotee will cry. So kuyoginam no vitaratalam barai. Oh my Lord, this is the only request I make. I want thousands of years to hear Harikatha. If one drop of that katha, no, the air from one drop of that katha will touch me, then my ignorance will go away. I'll remember, who am I? The eternal servant of Sri Krishna. What is the need of any other? Benediction. Only this is necessary. So we have come from Vrindavan. But when I sit here, I think I am still in Vrindavan. Krishna Bhagan has manifested here Vrindavan. Huh? Correct? Yeah. Yes. What is happening in Vrindavan now? Spring season is going on. You know? Spring season. So it's that time Vrindavan is very, very beautiful. That is called Vasant. What does Vasant mean? Vas. Vas means Vastra. In the spring season, gopis accept the most beautiful Vastra. They decorate themselves very beautifully with sola sringar. 16 types of cosmetics and Dwadashabaram, 12 types of golden and jeweled ornaments. And not only gopis accept the Vas, the beautiful decorations, but the whole of the forest of Vrindavan is also decorated. Nature is decorated. By whom? Brinda Devi. Where is Brinda? Well, don't see here. Yeah. That side I cannot see. Huh? Okay. Very good. Brinda Devi, she gives orders to the flowers to bloom, the trees to blossom, and bear fruit, and all the various birds and other creatures of the forest to sing. decorate the forest. Yes, yes, keep. Those should always be on the right side of the speaker during Harikatha, you know? It is the indication to the speaker. If the Harikatha is very sweet and beautiful, then Tulsi becomes very ecstatic and emits a transcendental aroma. To show her approval. So the Tulsi should always be on the right side of the speaker during Harikatha. So, Basanta, Bas. Bas means enough. Bas. Anta, end, that's the end. That means, Bas, enough. We should end all differences of opinion. Stop quarreling with each other. And just take shelter of the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. This is the meaning. Basanta. Bas. Enough, finished. Stop. No quarreling anymore. Life is too short. Simply take shelter of the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Or Bas. Basanta means Bas or Radhika. Stop your contrary mood. You're so contrary. Krishna is waiting a long time to meet with you, and if you leave, you'll be very upset. So give up this mood now and meet with your Prana Priyatam, your Prana Vallabha Sri Krishna. So this springtime is most beautiful. Lalita labanga, lata parishilana, komal malaya samire, manukar nikara, Krambit kokila, kujta kunja kutire, biharati hari, sarasa vasante. In the springtime, Sri Krishna is playing in the forest. And the very beautiful breeze is blowing from the south, carrying the fragrance of Chandan from the Malay hills, causing the Labanga latas to dance in the breeze. It is just like the breeze and the Labanga lata. They are lover and beloved, meeting and dancing together. The cuckoos, they go to the mango trees because they have fresh, fragrant manjaris, amra manjaris. And when the cuckoo birds taste the amra manjaris, then they sing, "Woohoo," very sweetly. The flowers are blossoming, and the bumblebees drink the nectar of the flowers. In this way, the whole Vrindavan, it is as if so many lovers are meeting together. The breeze with the labanga creepers, the cuckoos with the amra manjaris, the bumblebees with the lotus flowers, everyone meeting. But today, Radha and Krishna are not meeting. Fauna Sura. Sometimes the Asuras come to Vrindavan to disturb the Lila. So today, Radha and Krishna are not meeting. So Purnamasi Devi, do you know Purnamasi Devi? She is the grandmother of Madhu Mangal, the disciple of Narad Muni. She was living in Ujjain, but before Krishna was born, Narad Muni told his disciple, "O Purnamasi Devi, you should go to Braja." And she came to Braja and told the Brajvasis, who were very worried. Nanda and Yashoda had no children. So they were thinking, who will be the next king? But Purnamasi Devi told them, from my bhajan, my sadhan, my tapasya, I know, and Trikalagya, I know the past, present and the future. So I can tell you that Nanda and Yashoda will have a son, and he will be the cause of Paramananda, supreme bliss for the whole universe. Then everyone became happy. From that time, all the Brajvasis, they worship Bhagavati Purnamasi Devi, and whatever word she says, for them, this is not less pramanic, authentic, even than the Vedas. So Purnamasi Devi, she was sitting alone, with tears in her eyes. She thought, oh, it is true. Sneha shoka krishano vinoda sadanam. There's a saying. Sneha shoka krishano vinoda sadanam. Lamentation is like a fire. And Vinoda Sadanam, it has a place. There's a place where the fire of lamentation is playing and living. Where? Sneha, in affection. If you love someone, you'll have to suffer. This is the nature of love. If you don't see that person, if you're in separation, you suffer. And even if you see them, then some feeling comes. Anista sankini bandhu hridayani bhavantihi. Oh, what if something will happen? If that anxiety is not there, then no love actually. So now Purnamasi Devi, she's feeling such great anxiety. And thinking, oh, this is the nature of love. Love always has a fire of suffering inside it. So then her grandson came there, Madhumanga, along with Brinda Devi. You remember, right? Yes. Madhumanga said, oh, Amba Bande, my pranams to you, dear, my grandmother. Purnamasi Devi gave blessing to them. Swasti Yuvabhyam. Brinda Devi could see the tears in the eyes of Purnamasi. Who is Brinda Devi? Purnamasi is Yogamaya, the Lila of Shakti. She manifests, she controls all of the Leelas in Braj Mandal, in Dasya Sakya Vatsalya and Madhurya. But in the romantic Leelas, she cannot come very close to Radha and Krishna because she has a form of an elderly lady. She has white hair, saffron cloth. She's elderly but very shining and beautiful. But she cannot be very close to Radha and Krishna when they meet together because in her presence they'll become very shy, hesitant and inhibited. So Purnamasi Devi has a Prakash, one manifestation, as a beautiful Bon Devi, goddess of the forest, that is the Brinda Devi. So she's the special aspect of Yogamaya to manage the intimate affairs of Madhurya Rasa, the sweet romantic pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So Brinda Devi, she said to Purnamasi, oh Arya, why are you so unhappy today? Purnamasi Devi said, oh, after the last time that Radhika met with Krishna, then Abhimanyu noticed something about Radhika and he became suspicious. He became very angry. And now he's thinking, oh, a scandal may come in our village. Before any scandal comes, I will emigrate from Braja. And I'll take my wife far away with me and I'll go and live in Mathura. So then so that now Purnamasi is feeling very sad that it will be very difficult for Krishna and Radhika to meet if Abhimanyu will take Radhika and go and live in the city of Mathura. Purnamasi Devi said, Jyotila is like a Kadambini, a monsoon cloud. And the anger of Abhimanyu, Radhika's so-called husband, is like the crops in the field. So when the monsoon cloud comes and it rains, what happens? All the crops are growing. So that Jyotila, she's always inflaming the anger of Abhimanyu more and more. And poor Radhika, she's like a swan. Have you ever seen a swan in the rainy season? No. Because they don't like the monsoon clouds. Oh, if any monsoon cloud will come, that's it, the swans are gone. You'll see the swans in the springtime, you see them in the autumn, but you never see them in the monsoon season. Because the monsoon clouds, they torture the swans. The swans immediately want to leave that place, but Radhika is like a swan and she cannot leave. Javat. So this is the situation. So this is why Purnamasi, she had tears in her eyes. So then Madhumanga said, oh, my noble grandmother, why do you love Radhika so much? Tell me. What relation do you have? Yeah. Because usually love is based on a relationship. My husband, my wife, my children, my father, my mother. What is the relation of Purnamasi? She came from Ujjain to Braj before Radhika was born. Purnamasi Devi said, the prema karan, the causes of love, there are so many. But I am not going to list them, any of them. Why? Because my love for Radhika is ananyapekshi. Ananyapekshi. It's not dependent on anything at all. There are no factors, no terms or conditions. My love is unconditional. When Brinda Devi heard this, she was very happy. She said, Yuktamidam. Yes, that's most appropriate. This world, Jagati Kilabit Trey, in this Jagat, there are many amazing things which are inexplicable. Just like when the Kumbhaj means the star, the planet of Agastya Rishi. When the planet of Agastya Rishi, when that star rises, then all the Kanjan Pakshis, the wagtail birds, they flutter around here and there. And when the Kumbhaja, the star of Agastya Rishi, sets, then they all disappear. You cannot find any Kanjan birds anywhere. Why? Can you explain it? No. There's no explanation. The world is like that. In this world there are some things like this. You cannot explain them. So in the same way, Prem is like that. No cause, unconditional. Madhu Mangal says, oh, Purnamasi Devi, you say that this love you are talking about for Radhika, it has no conditions. So how can you recognize it? Purnamasi Devi, she thought. Then she said, oh, love is like this. Stotram yatra tatastatam prakatayats chittasya date gatam nindapi pramadam prayatsati pariyasasriyam vibrati doshena shaitam gunena gurutam kenapena tanvati premna swavasikasya kasya chidayam vikridati prakriya. If the lover and beloved meet, and one of them speaks in a very respectful way to the other one, then that person will think, why is he being so tatasta, so neutral? You see? Because if you meet any person on the street you don't know, then you'll be very respectful. Excuse me, sir, which way is it to go here and there? We're very respectful to who? Persons we have no relation with. So respect is not the sign of love. So if there's some flattery, like this, oh, the person feels some pain inside. But ninda api pramadam pratyati pariyasasayam vibyati. When the lover and beloved meet and they begin to criticize each other. Oh, Parastrichor, you are the thief of others' wives. Lampat Chudamani, you are the crystal of all devotees. This is music to Krishna's ears. Just like incense. You know, no one likes smoke. No one likes, if something's on fire and the smoke, take it away. But if that smoke is mixed with agur, then it becomes incense. And then everyone likes incense. So in the same way, people that don't like criticism, but if criticism is mixed with praying, with love, then it's very relishable. So in Braj, Purnamasi Devi said, yes, love is like this. Always quarreling and hiding their love and outwardly quarreling, criticizing each other. And when they hear the criticism of each other, then they feel such joy in the heart. This is, oh, he's joking, or she's joking with him. Doshena shaitam, love is such that if the person will see a fault in that person that they love, then what will happen? This is a big test. In this world, if you have a relationship with someone and you see they do something wrong, then you have a lower opinion. Their stock goes down. Right? You have a lower opinion of them. This is not love. And if you see they do something very good, oh, I love you so much, then their stock goes up. This is not love. Love is such that if you see a fault, the love does not go down. If you see a good quality, the love does not go up. The love itself is always growing by itself, independently of any circumstances whatsoever. So prema swara sikasya kasitidayam vikridati prakriya. This is the natural play of love. It has no conditions. Then Madhu Mangal, he said, oh, yes, Purnamasi, all the things you're describing, I saw it with my own eyes. When I see Radha and Krishna, they are the example of this. Purnamasi's Devi said, Vatsa, my little calf, Vatsa. No. Radha Krishna are not an example of this love. They are the embodiment of that love, of all love. Whatever love is anywhere, in this world or beyond this world, that is only one drop or reflection of the original love. Radha Krishna, they don't have love for each other. They are themselves are the embodiment of all transcendent. Akila Rasamrita Murti Prasumara Ruchi Ruddha Taraka Pari. They're the origin of all love itself. Brinda Devi said, oh, now Krishna is very sad. I saw him. He's sitting on the bank of the Jamuna and he's very depressed. He does not hold his stick for controlling the cows. He does not look for his shringa, his buffalo horn bugle. He does not decorate himself with a red gair kadatu from the forest. The cowherd boys, they paint different pictures on themselves and on each other. He does not even play with a parnavadya. That means a leaf whistle. Sometimes Krishna gets a leaf and you fold it around and you tuck in the end, then you can make a whistling sound with it. He's not playing or doing anything. He has a dizzy mind and he's just sitting on the bank of Jamuna and depressed. Why? A number of reasons. First of all, Radhika, she was in Man and she refused to meet with him and she had sent him away. And another thing is that when he came to meet with her, Radhika stole his flute. So now Krishna has nothing. No Radhika and no Bangsi also. At least if he had a Bangsi, there would be some hope. He could play the Bangsi and try to break the man of Radhika. But he has no flute and no Radhika also. So then when Purnamasi Devi heard that this Lila, very lovely boy, Krishna, he's very sad. In the absence of Radhika and his Priya Sakhi, the flute, Purnamasi Devi said, oh, I will go to Radhika and try to arrange for Radhika to meet with him. Now she's sitting under a mango tree, at very close to the house of her maternal grandmother, Mukara. So then, Purnamasi and Lalita Sakhi, they set off to go to find Radhika. As they were approaching the place of Mukara Devi, just nearby there was one mango tree. In the distance, they saw Radhika was sitting there. Like the painter, Gurudev. Then Shamaradi. Paint Radhika like this. Manini Radhika, she's alone and she's upset. And from a distance they saw Radhika and they saw she was talking to herself. So Purnamasi Devi, she told Lalita Sakhi, oh, let's hide and listen what she's saying. So then Purnamasi Devi and Lalita, they were in the bushes and listening. Oh, what is Radhika doing? So now Radhika, she's in the Kalahantarita Vasta. That means if Radhika has a quarrel with Krishna and she's very firm and she ignores him and sends him away, but then afterwards she regrets it so much that, oh, why was I so cruel to Krishna? So Radhika was sitting there talking to herself and full of repentance. Vishaka Sakhi was telling me that I should accept him. Why didn't I listen to my Sakhi Vishaka? Krishna bowed down to me and he gave me one beautiful garland of the jasmine flowers. But I threw it back in his face. I was so upset. Now it is as if I have placed myself on a fire of Kadir wood. You know, in Braj Mandal there are 12 forests. So one of them is called Kadir Van. So Kadir Van is full of the Kadir trees. From this Kadir tree, you can get some sap, some red juice, which is very good for making lipstick. You can also put it in the tumble to make the red juice. So, but these Kadir trees, they are very hard. So if you make a fire from Kadir wood, it burns very, very hot. So Radharani feels like this. I could have experienced the joy of pleasing and serving Krishna, but instead I have put myself in the Kadir fire. Radhika's thinking. And now I sent him away. Now I want to meet with him. But if I show that I want to meet with him, then the Lita Saki, she'll condemn me and she'll criticize me. So the Lita Saki was Purnamasi hiding in the bushes and listening. She said to Purnamasi, she herself did it. She's the one who threw the garland in his face and sent him away, and now she's blaming me for this. Purnamasi did, shh, be quiet. Listen. Radhika saw one bumblebee was going. She thought, everyone loves Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, they all love Krishna. All of Vrindavan loves Krishna. What have I done? There's no fault in Krishna. All the fault is with me. Alas, alas. This bumblebee is coming now. He must be a servant of Krishna. Oh, bumblebee, have you come to take me to Krishna? She hit his body. Yes, come with me. I have come to take you to Krishna. Naisi katami hasman dustajas tanvaparsam. Radharani said, well, how will you carry me to Krishna? How will you take me to Krishna? By what conveyance? The bumblebee said, oh, Swamini Radhika, your mercy is so great that by your mercy I can carry you there myself. Just get on my back. And I'll quickly fly you to where Krishna is waiting to meet with you. Radhika said, did Krishna send you? If Krishna has sent you, then I welcome you. But if you came of your own accord, then I'll never accept your proposal. I will not go with you to him. I will not take it. I refuse this ride. As Radhika was speaking with the bumblebee in this way, Purnamasi Deva and Lalita Saki are watching with very big eyes. What Prem? Then her Prem became so deep. Radhika looked and she saw, how has Krishna come here? He's approaching me. He's trying to embrace me by force. And Radhika stood up and she started fighting. Don't touch me, don't touch me. You're just like a pet deer playing in the lap of Chandravali. Don't come near me. As the trees, these trees on the bank of the Jamuna are my witnesses. I am a very delicate lady. And this very strong boy is assaulting me. These are my witnesses, these trees. How the words of Radhika are so full of rasa. What does that mean? She's saying, don't touch me, don't touch me. The trees are my witness. If a tree is a witness of a crime, will he testify? Will the tree show up in court and tell what happened? No. So by saying, Radhika is saying, don't touch me, the trees are my witness, that means, Krishna, there's no one around, you can do what you want. But that's the nature of Krishna, of Radhika. Always giving insult, but the meaning is opposite. Seeing Radhika in this condition of madness of Prem, then Purnamasi Devi told Lalita, we have to bring Radhika to Krishna at once. So then, they came out from the bushes And Lalita said, "Oh Sakhi, why are you talking to yourself?" Then Radhika looked around. "I'm alone? Where is Krishna?" Due to intense separation, she was having this purti as if Krishna is right there, but then disappeared. And then separation becomes even more. Oh, Krishna is not here. Where is Krishna? But then she realized, oh, it's Lalita. And I should not show that I want to meet with Krishna in front of Lalita. So then Radhika began making excuses. How did Krishna learn the Paratanu Pravesh? How did he learn the mystic art of Paratanu Pravesh? That means how to enter into the body of another person. While you were gone, I swear, Krishna entered into me. And he extinguished the blazing fire of my anger. It was not my fault, Lalita. So then, just as Lalita and Purnamasi Devi, they were trying to pacify Srimati Radhika, then Sri Krishna's, the very close and dear Sakhi, Nandimukhi, that's Madhumangal's sister. But she practically always takes the side of Krishna. Though she's in Radhika's group of Sakhi, she takes the side of Krishna. So Nandimukhi is like a double agent. In the camp of Radhika, but mainly serving the purposes of Krishna. So Nandamukhi came there and she asked, "Oh, tell me, did you see Krishna? How is he right now? Is he happy? Is Krishna happy?" Does Radharani want to know if Krishna is happy? Nandimukhi said, "Oh, Krishna is not playing and not joking with his friends. He just became like a yogi and he's meditating on your Chandramukhi, on your lotus face." If Radhika heard that Krishna was happy, she would be sad. Why? Because when the heroine is separated from her beloved, she is feeling so much pain of separation. And if she hears that he's also feeling the pain of separation, then she feels very satisfied. Oh, he loves me, not someone else. So Radhika felt satisfaction to know that Krishna is also feeling separation from her. Oh, when the devotees, they're hearing such katha, those who are following Rupa Goswami, they should always be absorbed in sympathy for Radhika. Right? Rupa Goswami is the incarnation of Rupa Manjari. The Manjaris have such a mood. Patatta srei sastra bhavati puluke jata puluka smitei bhati smera sumalimani jate sumalina anasadya swali mukaram abhiviksya swapadanam sukham va dukam va kimapi kataniya mrigamrisha. One Sakhi said to Radhika, "Oh Radhika, if your Sakhis and your Manjaris, if they are not around, at that time you need a mirror to see whether you look joyful or not. But when your Sakhis are there, there's no need of a mirror, you just look at their faces. Why? Patatsasre sastra bhavati. Oh Radhika, when tears come in your eyes, at the same time the tears are falling from the eyes of your Manjaris. Oh Radhika, when you are excited and the hairs of your body stand on end, you can look, you can see the hairs of your Manjaris, they're also standing on end. When your face is shining with a smile, their faces are shining with a smile. When you look at the very broken-hearted, then their faces are filled with pain or anguish also. So you don't need a mirror, just look at your Sakhis. So those who are the sadhaks of Raganuga Bhakti in this world, when they hear the beautiful power of the pastimes of Radha Krishna, at every moment from their Vishesh Sambandha Gyan, from the perspective of their own individual special relationship with Radha and Krishna, so they always feel the highs and lows, the waves in the ocean of Radhika's praying with intense sympathy. Because those dasis, those manjaris, they are tadatmik with Radhika. Their heart and the heart of Radhika are one. When Srimati Radhika heard from Nandi Mukhi that Krishna wasn't dancing and playing with his friends or meeting with Chandraga or any other gopis, but he's sitting alone and depressed and only meditating like a yogi on her, then Radhika was so happy and she gave a hug to Vishaka and other Sakhis. Oh Sakhi, now this is Radhika's Vinata. Radhika has 25 prominent qualities and one of them is Vinata. She is very, very humble. She said, oh, even though my name is Radha, so Radha means who does the Aradhana? That means who is the object of Krishna's worship and who fulfills all of Krishna's desires. But also in Sanskrit, Radhyati means she hurts, she injures, she gives pain to others. So Radharani is taking another meaning of Radha. Radhyati. Though I injured Krishna, though I gave pain to him, I committed so many offenses against him, but still he's thinking of me and still he accepts me. How is it possible? I don't know how it's possible. Then Radhika gave the conclusion. And embracing her Sakhi, she said, I know why. It's because you Sakhis, you have controlled Krishna by your love. And because you have the Karuna Manjari, that means a blossom of compassion. You have mercy on me, and that's why Krishna is remembering me and he did not reject me. Only because of you. So Radhika is very humble. Though she is the greatest, Guru Api Gaurava Charyaya Bihina, the prem of Radhika is the most important, most heavy and significant. But she has no pride at all. She thinks, oh, Krishna did not forget me only because you Sakhis, you controlled him by your love and you are very merciful to me. So Krishna's remembering me. So just as Radhika was speaking like this, one Banadevi, one goddess, fairy of the forest, they could not see where she was, but they heard a voice. She said, now the cuckoo can coo very proudly. And the doe, the female deer, they can chew the grass. And the young gopis of Vrindavan, they can follow their dharma maryada, they can do their household chores and everything. Why? Because that the Durta Bangsi, that wicked flute, is no longer playing in the hands of Krishna. It means that if Krishna plays the flute, then the cuckoos, their ego is crushed. Oh, our singing is not beautiful. The does in the forest who are chewing grass, when he plays the flute, they forget, who am I, where am I? In Prem, and they stop chewing. And of course, when Krishna plays the flute, how can any gopi do the housework? They become mad and drop everything. They're making a roti, they just run out, the roti goes on fire. Whatever they're doing, they drop everything. They run to meet Krishna. But now, in this one day, everyone is safe because the flute is no longer in the hands of Krishna. Then Radhika remembered, oh yes, I stole Krishna's flute, I still have it. It was tucked in her cloth, and Radhika took the flute out from her cloth. She looked at this flute of Krishna. Hey Murlake, oh flute, you have birth in a good banks, a good dynasty. In Sanskrit, the word for a dynasty is banks. And banks also means what? Bamboo. So you have birth in banks, bamboo family. That is also a great dynasty. And you have a sarala swabhav. That means you are very straightforward and simple. Because bamboo is never crooked, right? Bamboo is always straight. So, why did you take a very dangerous mantra, a Gopi Vimohana Diksha mantra, from a dangerous guru? Why did you do this? Because a good person, they will not go to any dangerous tantric guru and receive any dangerous mantra. So why did you do this? Here Radhika is actually criticizing Krishna. Because Krishna is the Diksha Guru of the Bansi. He's the one who is blowing in the ear of the Bansi and giving the mantra by which all the gopis become, their hearts are stolen, they become mad. So then Vishakha Sakhi said, you know, this Bansi of Krishna is quite amazing. If you take Krishna's Bansi and you hold it up, you make it face the wind in a particular way, when the wind blows through it, the Bansi plays itself, its own melody. Radharani said, really? Let me test it. So then Radhika, she took Krishna's flute and she was feeling which way is the wind blowing. Then she pointed the flute in the right direction and a very beautiful sound began to spread everywhere. Hearing the sound of the flute, the flowers on the trees began to blossom. The birds in the trees who were singing sat still with half-closed eyes and went into meditation. The cows who were chewing grass, they stopped. The calves who were drinking the milk from the udders of their mothers, they forgot to swallow and the milk was just flowing down the side of their faces. From the charming sound of Sri Krishna's flute. But Lalita Sakhi, stop, don't do that. Because Krishna's friends may hear it and then they'll blame us as, oh, Radhika has stolen the flute because she stole it, but no one knew for certain how it had become lost. So don't let Krishna's friends know that we have this flute. If someone hears it, they may come here. So Lalita was right, because just at that moment, hearing the sound of the flute, who came there? Jyotila. Jyotila showed up there. Krishna must be here somewhere. I can hear the sound of the flute. And she followed and she came there and saw the flute was in the hand of Srimati Radhika. Oh, there it is with my daughter-in-law. I'll sneak up on her and I'll snatch it away. And then I'll have the praman. I'll have the evidence. And I'll take it to the village court. And in the summit of the elderly ladies of the court, I'll present my evidence that someone has been up to no good. Otherwise, they'll not believe me. So then, Purnamasi Devi snook up there, and everyone was in shock. And she snatched the flute from the hand of Srimati Radhika. Jyotila said, oh, now I'm going to take this to Purnamasi Devi. Because if I tell her what I think is going on, then she wouldn't believe me. But now I have the praman. I have the proof to show in the court. So then, Jyotila was leaving and Lalita was following behind her. Lalita said, oh, noble Jyotila, please don't be suspicious. We were just wandering on the bank of the Jamuna and we found it on the ground there. We have nothing to do with Krishna. So then Jyotila, I don't want to listen to you, I'm going to take it to Purnamasi. So just then, Subal came along and seeing Purnamasi running away with Krishna's flute. He said, oh, Jyotila Devi, watch out, watch out. There's a very dangerous monkey called Kakati. And Kakati has entered into your storeroom and is stealing all your butter. Quickly, you have to go and save it. So who has done it? Brenda. Because Brenda Devi, she gives the order to all the animals. So she had told Kakati to go and raid the storehouse of Jyotila to make a diversion. And save the scandal from coming to Radha and Krishna. Kakati means one who bites. Very dangerous. Actually, she's not dangerous, but the name is like that, Kakati. To make everyone afraid. So then Jyotila, he looked. Oh, yes, Subal, you're right. That monkey is going to steal my butter. And she ran there. And she ran into a storeroom. And seeing a big monkey there, just in the heat of the moment, she threw the flute at the monkey. So then that monkey, Kakati, caught the flute and then ran away and climbed up some trees. And where did he go? No one knows. So then, Radhika, Lalita, Vishakha, Purnamasi, Nandimukhi, Subal, everyone, they're so happy. They feel a great relief. Now she has no evidence. Who will believe what she has to say? So then, Lalita said to Radhika, come on, let's try to find this monkey and get the flute back. So then Radharani, she was thinking, yes, let's go. But she knew, because Gopi means, the Gopi comes from the Gup Dhatu, means to hide. Gopis are always hiding their feelings. So when Lalita said, come with me in Vishaka, let's go and we'll try to find this flute, get the flute back from the monkey. She's saying this, but what does she really mean? I'll take you to meet with Krishna. So Radhika, understanding, Gopis never speaks, they always say one thing and mean something else. So it's very difficult. If you hear a conversation between the Gopis, you'll be completely confused. Unless the Gopi Bhav, if Gopi Bhav will come, and the heart is full of rasa, one becomes rasik, then you can hear all what is in between the lines, the subtext of their conversation. So then they all went off very happily because they think, yeah, we'll go and meet with Krishna, on the pretext of looking for the flute. But just at that moment, another old lady came there. Who was that? Mukara. Mukara is the Radharani's maternal grandmother. She came there and said, oh Vishaka, Abhimanyu has told me that he met with an astrologer. And this astrologer told him, today is the best day to worship Gomangala Mata. That's one form of Chandi or Durga. This is the best day to worship Gomangala. So you should tell the Radhika, she should collect together all the articles of puja, for the paraphernalia for puja, and go and meet with me under one Chaitya tree, where there's a deity of Gomangala Devi, under the Chaitya tree. So then Radhika, Lalita, Vishaka, it's just like a roller coaster. One minute they're afraid that they're going to be in trouble, then they're safe, then they're very happy and going to meet with Krishna. Now they cannot go to meet with Krishna, they have to go to the Chaitya tree to meet with Abhimanyu. So this is why it is said, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The rasa is like an ocean. Have you ever seen a still ocean? Never. Ocean always has waves. So Prem is like this. So many bhavs always coming and going. Gopi bhav rasamritavrita lari kalola magno muhur vande rupa sanatano ragujgo Sri Jiva Gopalako. We pay obeisances to the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. They're always diving again and again in the waves in the ocean of Prema Rasa of Radha Krishna's Braja Lila. So then they were disappointed, and Radhika and her Sakis, they set off to the Chaitya Vriksha. In Rasa, there should be some obstacles. So you can see how many obstacles are coming from so many different directions. Because it is the nature of Prem. Sarvata dvangsa rahitam satyapi dvangsa karane yadbhava bandhana sa prema parikirtita. What is Prem? Love means it is a bondage of the heart between a couple, and even though all the reasons, all the causes for that relationship to be broken are present, it's against Dharma, it is forbidden, you are not married, you should follow the Vedas, you will go to hell. So many obstacles are there. The Loka Dharma Maryada, all the rules and regulations make psychological obstacles. Then on top of that, Jutila, Kutila, Abhimanyu, they personally make obstacles. And if you can get past all of those obstacles, then there's Chandravali, Bhadrashaibhya and other gopis making obstacles. And if you get past all of them, then sometimes Radhika's own man makes an obstacle. So there are so many obstacles on this Prem. But that relation which is never broken, even though there are many obstacles, that is really called Prem. Those obstacles, they increase the intensity of love. Loka dvayat svajanata parata sotoba prana priyada pisamera suma yadisyuhu Kleshas tadapyati bali sahasa vijitya. Premai vatan hariyabani vabinna setu. Radharani herself said, oh, love does not care for any obstacle. The obstacles may come from this world or from the higher worlds of the demigods. The obstacles may come from your own group. Like the Sakis, Lalita may say, Radhika, don't speak to him. Durte prajendra tanayatan shushtu bamyam. Ma dakshina bhava kalankini lagavai kalankini. Girl with a bad reputation, don't talk to that cheater Krishna. So Radhika's own group may make obstacles. Swajanata, Parata, the opposite groups like Chandravali make obstacles. Swatoba, Radharani's own bhav make obstacles. Prana Priyadapi Sama Sumera Sumayadisuhu. Krishna himself may make obstacles. Like in the Rasa Lila, Radha Krishna, they're having beautiful pastimes and suddenly he disappeared. Krishna himself may make obstacles. He may go and visit Chandravali. So the obstacles can come from so many places, and Sumera Samayadisu, the obstacles may be as big as Mount Sumeru. As if the unscalable obstacles, but still, Kleshas tadapyati ati bali sahasa vijitya. What happens to Prem when such obstacles come? Prem doesn't care for any obstacle. It is just like, Prem is like a lion. A lion is very brave. But if a war elephant will attack the lion, then what happens? The lion's courage is increased even more. So the bigger the opponent, then the more the love grows. So don't think, why is there so many obstacles in Braja? These obstacles cause the courage of the Prem to become stronger and stronger. And the love is intensified by this. So then, Radhika, she set off with her Sakis to go to that Checha tree. Then Purnamasi Devi, she was thinking, oh, I wanted to arrange for Radhika to meet with Krishna, but now she has to go there. Krishna will be suffering too much. So Brinda Devi, you and Subal, together you should go and you should give some aswas, some reassurance to Krishna and try to pacify him because he's suffering so much. So then Brinda and Subal, they went. On the way, Brinda met with her pet monkey Kakati. That good job, thank you, give me the flute. Yeah. So that monkey did very good seva and returned the flute to Brinda Devi. And then they set off. So Brinda and Subal, they are walking through the forest, and in the distance they saw Krishna. And this is the thing in Braj. If you see someone, don't approach them. Hide first and see what they're doing. Yeah, everyone does this in Braja. So now it's Brinda Devi and Subal's turn. Before it was Purnamasi and Lalita. See, what is Radhika doing? Because they are rasik, they know how to relish rasa. Yeah? Because if you come face to face with someone, then they may show another mood. But if you see someone and they don't know that you're looking, they may show something else. So then Subal and Brinda, they saw, oh, look, there's Krishna. He's sitting beneath a punaga tree. And he's with Madhu Mangal. Madhu Mangal is telling him, my friend, you don't worry. I am your messenger. Trust me. I am a Brahmin. I am very intelligent. I can manage everything for you. But Krishna, he is feeling very, very sad. And he's not getting reassured. Yes, Madhu Mangal, I know you very well. So many times. Krishna can be in one kunj, meeting with one gopi, Chandravali. And Madhu Mangal is outside. Madhu Mangal, he found one pot of sweet rice. About 2 gallons of sweet rice. And he drank everything and then fell asleep. And just as Krishna is having a romantic moment with Chandravali, then Madhu Mangal outside, in his dream, he's talking. Don't worry, Radhika. Krishna is just about to cheat Chandravali and leave her and quickly come and meet with you. Just wait a few minutes. In his sleep. And then Chandravali hears him. So Krishna knows very well the skills of Madhu Mangal. So though Madhu Mangal is trying to pacify him in so many ways, but Krishna is not convinced. So then Subal said to bring the Devi. He's suffering so much. Come up with a solution. We have to take his mind off this pain. If we come with the news that Radhika has to go to the Chaitya Vriksha and to meet with Abhimanyu, we can't do this. We'll have to do something to amuse him, to entertain him, take his mind off the suffering. So then Brinda Devi, she said, alright Subal, I have a plan. I'm not going to tell you what she said. So then, Madhu Mangal and Brinda Devi, they went away a little bit. Then Krishna is sitting. He said to Madhu Mangal, how is this possible? I look in front, I see Radhika's face. I look behind, I see Radhika's face. I look to the east, north, south, west, up, everywhere I look, in every direction, I only see Radhika's face. How is it that the three worlds have become filled with Radha? Madhu Mangal said, my friend, tears are coming in his eyes. Please be patient. I'll manage something. Krishna said, will Radhika come this way on the path through the forest? Walking very happily with all her bangles and ankle bells jingling, and playfully she holds the thumb of Lalita Sakhi in her hand. She's holding Lalita Sakhi's thumb because she's a little bit nervous and she needs some support from Lalita. And will she come here? And when I see her, I'll start to tremble with wonder. At her, Gaurangi Madhima Smita Madhurima, her very soft golden form fills the whole forest with the golden light. Madhu Mangal said, oh, don't despair. I can hear ankle bells right now. I can hear. Radhika is coming. Listen. She's coming with Lalita. So then Krishna, he looked and saw there on the path, Shrimati Radhika was coming with Lalita. Except for it wasn't Radhika and Lalita. Subal was dressed up as Shrimati Radhika. And Brinda Devi are dressed up as Lalita, because that was the plan. They were thinking, we have to do something to pacify him. He's suffering so much. We cannot bring Radhika, so let's just take his mind off and entertain him somehow. So now Subal is dressed very beautifully, just like Radhika, and Brinda Devi is dressed up like Lalita, and she's pretending and bringing Radhika through the forest. And then at some distance they stop. Krishna said, hey Madhu Mangal, look, Radhika and Lalita are there, but they have no affection for me. They're just standing there and they're not coming closer. Krishna looked. Radhika's face is so beautiful. You know, in the daytime, the moon, it fades and you don't see it. And in the night time, the lotus flower, then that closes and you don't see it. So how can I compare anything to the face of Radhika, which is shining in the day and the night? There's no comparison. This is called Vyatireka Alankar. Instead of saying your face is beautiful like a lotus, you say, no, the lotus and the moon, they're not beautiful like your face. Because there's no comparison. So then, Krishna, he got up. He thought, if Radhika is not coming to me, I'll go to her. So then Krishna got up and he went to go towards... he thinks Radhika, but not Radhika. So then Brinda Devi, she's thinking, no, he shouldn't come too close. If he gets too close, he may notice that it's not Radhika and that our trick will not work. So then, Brinda Devi, she made the voice of Lalita Sakhi. And she said, oh, when the sun is in Taurus, then it's very shining. At that time, the Chakora bird should not run towards the sun. What does it mean? So the sun is called the Bhanu, and Taurus is a Vrisha, the bull. So when the sun is in the constellation of Taurus. It's called Vrishabhanu. So here the meaning is, oh, now Radhika has come. The Chakora bird, this Chakora is what? Manasa Chandra Chakora Namasudharasa Gayo Krishna Yasha Rakovachanam Manamora. Radha Mukha Chandra Chakora Jaya Jaya Dev Hari Radhe Krishna Govinda Gopala Nanda Dulala Yashoda Dulala Jaya Jaya Deva. Krishna is like a Chakora for the moon-like face of Radhika. So here Lalita is saying, hey Chakora bird, don't go to the sun in Taurus. Why? Because the Chakora bird is attracted to the moon, not to the sun. So by this, Lalita was indirectly saying, Krishna, you are attracted to the moon. That means to Chandra Vali. You're attracted to Chandravali, so don't come here to Vrishabhanu Jaya, the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj. So then, when that is Brinda pretending to be Lalita, warn Krishna, don't come near. So then Madhu said, no, Lalita, you're making a mistake. Krishna is not a Chakora, he's a Chakravak. The Chakravak bird at night is very sad because when the moon rises, then the Chakravak and Chakravaki, they're separated. But in the morning when the sun comes, he becomes very happy. So he said, no, Krishna is the Chakravak. He likes the Vrishabhanu very much. The sun in Taurus. So then, just then, as Krishna was about to approach Radhika, and remember, it's not Radhika. When I say Radhika and Lalita, just remember, not Radhika and Lalita. So Krishna was just about to approach Radha and Lalita, and just then one little girl came there. Very small girl. Like her. Like you. Hey, what's your name? What's your name? What is your name? Yeah. No name. Again? Loud. So it wasn't you, it wasn't her. It was someone else. Because this girl's name was Sarangi. So Jatila has a sister. And this is Jatila's sister. Her son is named Vishal and her daughter has a little daughter named Sarangi. So this is the niece. This is the niece of Jatila. This little girl came there, and Manu thought, oh, what is this little girl doing here? She's very close to Jatila. If she sees that Krishna is a meeting with Radhika, again it will be in trouble here. So then Krishna said, hey, don't be worried. She's just a Balika. She's just a little girl. Whatever she says, no one will take it seriously anyway. So then Brinda, who is pretending to be Lalita, saw that little girl, the niece of Jatila, coming here and say, you Sarangi, now you're growing up. And slowly your face is becoming like a monkey. I think that you're going to grow up and turn into a second Jatila. So you should quickly leave here. Maybe you can fall directly into the jaws of a tiger in the jungle. So Brinda Devi, she never speaks like this, but Lalita speaks like this. So Brinda is doing a very good, very convincing impression of Lalita Sakhi, because her words are prakara, very boldly spoken. So then Sarangi, she called out, Lalita, you've insulted me. Now I'm going to go and tell my auntie Jatila all about you and everything that's going on. And then she quickly ran away. And Madhu Mangal said, really don't worry, she's a little girl, no one will listen to her. So then, Krishna and Madhu Mangal, they were looking, and they saw that Radhika and Lalita, they were fighting with each other over something. What was it? Krishna's flute. And Lalita was pulling and Radhika was pulling like this. So Lalita is saying to Radharani, oh Sakhi Radha, throw it away, throw this flute away. This flute is a thief. It steals all the respect from the hearts of the gopis. They don't care about their society or anything when they hear the sound of this flute. So this flute is a thief. And Krishna is also a thief. So one chore should live with another chore. They should associate together. So just throw it. Like this. So Lalita was saying this to Radhika. Who was saying to Radhika? Brinda. Yes. Was saying to? Yes. You have to stay with it. So then Krishna said, look. Radharani has taken the flute out from her cloth and she's quarreling with Lalita. And now on the order of Lalita, she's thrown it into the forest. Madhumanga, quick, go and get it. So Madhumanga went running and he picked up the flute. And then he brought it back to Sri Krishna. Just then, Jotila arrived there. Why? Because that little girl had gone and told Jotila, I saw your daughter-in-law Radhika in the forest meeting with Krishna. So now, the Jotila came there. Madhumanga said, Krishna, watch out! This foul-mouthed Jotila has come, hissing like a cobra. She's so angry, and she's waving her stick in the air, and she's shouting with harsh words. Look, she's come and she's caught Radhika by the hand, and she's taking her away. And Jotila came and she snatched Radhika by the hand, and began to chastise her. She said, oh, you are a Dukula Angara. Angara means like, if there's a coal fire, sometimes some sparks jump out. So this is called Angara. You are Dukula Angara. You're like a spark which will burn down Dukula, 2 dynasties. Your family's dynasty and my family dynasty. The whole history of our illustrious dynasties will be burned to the ground by your bad behavior. You always try to deceive me, but now I have caught you. Now where will you go? Madhumanga was looking at Radhika. Radhika. Alas, look Krishna. Radharani is trembling like a banana tree in a typhoon, in a hurricane. Radharani was saying to Jotila, forgive me, please. We'll not do this again, I promise. Now Krishna said, oh Madhumanga, I don't know what Jotila will do now. She's taking Radhika back to the village. Madhumanga, you should follow her and find out what's going on. So then Jotila, she took Radhika by the hand and she dragged her back to the village. Radhika was crying. Lalita was following along. Madhumangal in the distance was following them to see what happened. Now Krishna is alone in the forest. Oh, now my secret pastimes with Radhika, which have been hidden, they'll become unveiled in public. It's a terrible scandal. And when Abhimanyu finds out about this, he's so lagishta hridaya. That means he's quick-tempered. He becomes angry very quickly. He may imprison Radharani in her home, keep her in the home, locked there like a prisoner, and I'll never see her. Or even he may move to Mathura and take Radhika, and then I'll never see her. It will be very, very difficult. And Krishna was completely depressed again. After some time, Madhumangal came back. Madhumangal was smiling. Krishna said, why are you so happy? What happened? Madhumangal said, oh dear friend, oh Saka, it was Ascharya. Amazing. Krishna said, what was amazing? I think that Radhika, she has the Indrajala Vigyan. She knows some science of magic. Krishna said, really? What kind of magic does she know? You tell me. Madhumangal said, Jotila, she called all the elders. There was a summit of all the elderly, respectable ladies in Braj. And she came into the middle of all the elders, pulling Radhika by the hand and shouting loudly, everyone come here, come here. You have to hear this. So all the elderly ladies in the village, seeing Radhika there, they were disturbed because they have so much love for her. Why is she being handled so roughly and in an embarrassing way by Jotila? Then Jotila, she said, I just went into the forest. And who was meeting with Krishna there? The son of Nandamaj in the forest? And then she turned to Radhika, whose face was covered with a veil, and she unveiled. Madhu Mangal said, and Radhika immediately turned into Subal. So Radhika, she has some Indrajal Vigyan. She knows some scientific magic. It was amazing. How did she do it, Krishna? Krishna said it. And then what happened? Madhu Mangal said, everyone there, they were laughing loudly for a long, long time. And then when the laughter slowly died down, then they became angry. And they all began to hurl abuse at Jyotila. And Jyotila was so embarrassed. She just quickly fled from that. She could not show her face to anyone. Then Krishna said it. And what happened to Lalita? Madhu Mangal said, Radhika knows such magic. I saw her. Radhika, she turned to Lalita and she whispered in Lalita's ear, and Lalita turned into Brinda Devi. It was amazing. Then Krishna was laughing. She said, oh, now I understand. Lalita turned into Brinda Devi. That means it was always Brinda Devi. Because of Brinda Devi, she has done this kutuhal. She has made this curious spectacle. Like, because my heart was broken and she could not bring me the bad news. So very kindly she did this to cheer me up and entertain me. So you should know that all the Brijabasis, Brinda Devi, Subal, everyone, they're all chatur, very clever, very cunning. Hari Nama Krishna Nama Bodaya Chatura Jai Jani Krishna Paje Se Bada Chatura Hari Nama Krishna Nama Bodaya Madura Jai Jana Krishna Paje Se Bada Chatura. Those persons who chant Krishna Nam, which is full of sweetness, they're all Bada Chatur, very, very cunning, very clever. So every associate of Braja, they are very intelligent and they never, even for 1 second, show any slackness in their seva. They are plugged in at every second, every moment, thinking how to serve, how to please Radha and Krishna. And in doing that, they are most clever. So Krishna was very happy and he said to Madhu Mangal, come on, I want to go and see Brinda and Subal dressed up as Radhika and Lalita. I want to see them. Come on, let's go and see them. Yes, come on, I'll take you. So then Krishna and Madhu Mangal, they were going through the forest. Madhu Mangal had given Krishna's flute, returned his flute to him. Krishna thought, oh, finally, I have my Priya Sakhi, my flute back. Let me play some music. So then Krishna put the flute to his lips and began to play. And all the sweetness in Sri Krishna's body is all gathers in his face. And all the sweetness in his face gathers in his lips. And all the sweetness in his lips enters into the Akash, the space in his flute. And then all his sweetness spreads everywhere, making all the living entities thirsty for his Premamoyi Seva. So at that time, when Krishna was playing the flute, Madhu Mangal said, I can hear the Kalabinka birds are coming. You know Kalabinka? Kalabinka means the chatak. So the chatak birds, they don't drink water from the ground or any river or pond. They only drink from the rain cloud. So when Krishna played his flute, it sounds as if the clouds are gathering and thunder, they're rumbling a little. So Krishna began to play, and Madhu Mangal said, I can hear from all directions the Kalabinka birds are coming, because they think that the rain will come down. So then the next moment Madhu Mangal said, oh no, it's not Kalabinka birds, it's the tinkling sound of bracelets. And then Krishna and Madhu Mangal saw Radhika and Lalita were coming there. So this was actually Radhika and Lalita, right? But who is Madhu Mangal looking for in Krishna? They're looking for Subal and Brinda Devi dressed as Radhika and Lalita. So before, Jyotila was thinking Brinda and Subal were Radhika and Lalita, but now Madhumangal and Krishna are thinking that Radhika and Lalita are Brinda and Subal, right? So then Madhumangal says, we were looking for Brinda and Subal and here they are. I can hear the ankle bells and bracelets tinkling. I'm like a person who was climbed to the top of a mountain to try to find something, but it came in my hand automatically. So now we found Subal and Brinda. Krishna said, oh my dear friends, I'm so happy to see you. This is quite amazing. Why? Krishna is Parabrahma. He's Sarvagya. He's the supreme truth and he knows everything. But Lila Veshi Prabhu nahi nijanu sandan. Icha jani Lila Shakti kare samadan. In Krishna's pastimes, he's so absorbed in the Lila. He's so absorbed in Prem. He forgets everything. He becomes Nanda Nandan. Gopikanta. Becomes a coward boy. The son of Nanda Maharaj and beloved of Braja Gopis. So he does not know. He thinks, this is Subal and Brinda, and they are dressed up. So then Radhika was smiling, and she said to Lalita, oh look, your friend Krishna thinks I am Subal. Can you taste it? Your friend Krishna. She's not saying my Krishna, your friend Krishna. This is a sign of great intimacy. This is in Vedic culture. If you can't, let's say you have a little boy, and you meet with one old friend you did not see for many years, he did not know you have a son. So then your old friend says to you, oh, who is this boy? Then you say, oh, he's your son. This is Vedic culture. This shows great intimacy. So Radhika said, oh, your friend. He thinks I'm Subal. So they're playing along with this. So then Krishna said, hey Madhumangal, look at this. Subal looks amazing, exactly like Radhika. Who is the Samvidhanaka? Samvidhanaka means makeup artist. Whoever is the Samvidhanaka, whoever is the makeup artist who has done this, to make Subal look exactly like Radhika, we should give him a reward. Fantastic job. So then Lalita said to Radhika, oh Radhika, look, this Punaga tree is blossoming. Remember Krishna was waiting on the Punaga tree. So the Punaga tree is, but Krishna himself is Punaga. That means the Param Purush, Supreme Purush. And see, Krishna is the blossoming from his, if he's in the separation, that time, his luster begins to fade. And when he's meeting with Radhika, he becomes shy. Ujjwala Nilamani. Shining like a blazing sapphire. Ujjwala Nilamani. So then Lalita said, oh Radhika, look how he's blossoming with happiness. Madhumangal said, hey Brinda, you are so cunning. Even in the presence of us. We know that you are Brinda and Subal. But you are saying Radha, Radha. Don't say Radha, Radha. We know who it is. Krishna said, no. Let her say Radha, Radha. I like this sound. Radha, Radha, Radha. I like the name of Radha. And though I cannot meet with Radhika, but Subal looks exactly like Radhika. If I just close my eyes and I embrace Subal, then at least in my fantasy I can feel like I'm receiving the embrace of Radhika. At least it also don't disturb my fantasy. So then Krishna goes to embrace Subal just to fulfill his fantasy. But Lalita stands in front of Radharani to protect her and says, oh Amara's hero, you should go to your Subal. This is not Subal. You go to your Subal and you embrace him. If you want to fulfill that desire, then Subal is around somewhere, you'll find him and go and embrace him. But don't touch my Radhika. You are trying to deceive us. Say, oh, I want to embrace Subal, but really want to embrace Radhika. So then, because Lalita is speaking very boldly in this way, but Brinda is very soft. So Madhumangal said, oh Brinda, you are very soft and you are delicate. And you are always favorable to us. Because Brinda also is like a double agent. She's one of Radhika's Sakhis, but actually her love is leaning to the side of Krishna.
said, you are always favorable to us. Why are you making hindrances in fulfilling the desire of my friend? So just then, when Madhumanga was complaining to Brinda, what happened? Brinda arrived. Madhumanga's eyes popped out. What is it? 2 Brindas? This is amazing. How does Brinda know the magic? Brinda is here dressed as Lalita, and Brinda is here also dressed as Brinda. She also knows something. She's an Indrajalini Brinda. She knows some magic. So then, Madhumangal, he was looking at the 2 Brindas. He said, you cannot fool my friend, you know, that if a chatak bird will see a cloud of smoke in the sky, he will not feel eagerness. Yeah? Right? An ordinary person, if they see a cloud of smoke, they may think it's a rain cloud by mistake. But a chatak bird can tell the difference. So my Krishna is like that. He is very clever. He is very cunning. Brinda, you cannot confuse him because he's so intelligent. So then Brinda, she said, oh, you see this Radha? She's wearing one Rangan Mala. So a few days before, Krishna had given a Rangan Mala to Radhika, not to anyone else. And when he saw that Rangan Mala, then he realized, this is not Subal. Really? Krishna was with Radhika, but in separation. And thinking, oh, this Subal, but this is decorated very nicely. So then Krishna realized, oh, this is not Subal. This is really my Radhika. I wanted to see Subal in disguise, but now I am seeing you. I am exactly like what? You know Dhruva Maharaj? Dhruva Maharaj was doing hard austerities to get a kingdom. But what happened? By the mercy of Narad, he had the darshan of Supreme Lord. He said, Kachan vichivan nabi divya ratnam swamin kritatosti baram najache. Oh my Lord, I am like a person who was searching for pieces of broken glass. But instead, I found a very valuable jewel. So Krishna says, oh, I was like that. I was looking for Subal. But instead I found you. I was like Vanija, a merchant who was looking for some broken glass or some mirror. And instead, what did I find? Harimani, a beautiful emerald. Why? Because Radhika is golden and Krishna comes very close and he's bluish. And when the gold and the blue mix together, it becomes green light. She says, oh, I am so lucky I found the abode of all love, Radhika. So finally, Radha and Krishna are united. Jayo Jayo Radha Krishna Jugala Milan. Jayo Jayo Radha Krishna Jugala Milan. Arati Korai Lalita Sakira. Arati Korai Lalita. This is the desire. This is the desire of all the Rupanuga Vaishnavas. Only that Radha and Krishna will meet together. This is why we put tilak on every day. You see? One side is Radhika, one side means Krishna. They're parallel lines, so the parallel lines don't meet. But these parallel lines are meeting where? Here. This is a tosi leaf, represents Vrinda. So this tilak means our only desire. Anya vilasta shunyam jnana kamatena manukuyena Krishna Ushna Bhakti Uttama. No trace, no scent of any other worldly desire, no karma, no jnana, no yoga, no tapasya. Only the service to Anukul Krishna. If Krishna is not Anukul to Radhika, we won't serve him. When Krishna is Anukul hero, they're very desperate to meet with Radhika, then we'll serve him. So this tilak means what? Only the desire that Radha and Krishna should meet together in Vrindavan. So in this way, Radha and Krishna met. See, Krishna was so happy and glorifying Radhika. Then Radhika said, hey, Chitta, Vinado, see, stop, I know you. Because she wants to meet him, and then again she becomes contrary. Her moods are changing all the time. So when Krishna meets with Radhika, it's always a surprise. He never knows what she will do, what she will say. Anything like this. In this way, Radhika is the Krishna Govinda Mohini. She steals the heart of Krishna at every moment. So we are very fortunate. Our Sri Sachinandan Bohari came into this world with Nityananda Prabhu and spread the Harinam Sankirtan everywhere. By engaging in Harinam Sankirtan and preaching their message, gradually Chaito Darpana Majanam, the heart becomes cleansed and illuminated with light. And when the heart is illuminated, then we recognize, oh, Srimad Bhagavatam, this Katha of glories of Radha Krishna, this is the greatest thing. And the mercy of Gauritai brings us in the association of Braj, Rasik, Rupanuga Vaishnavas. By hearing the beautiful Katha of Radha Krishna's Vrindavan Lila, the heart becomes filled with Prema Rasa and Krishna becomes under control of that. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki jai, Varasaniwari ki jai, Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shah Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. So we'll sing the one Kirtan. You have the Arti paraphernalia? You have the Mahamantra Kirtan or Gora Arti? What do you do? You order me. Yeah, okay. It's late, so we'll sing one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Om. Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Yeah. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Nitya Lila Krishna Om Vishware, Shri Bhakti Rakshak Shri Rupa Samraj ki jai, Nitya Lila Krishna Om Vishware, Shri Sat Bhakti Pragyan Keshwa Somraj ki jai, Jai Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Tadika Saparshta Vrinda ki jai, Mahavaga Bhavash Kokshadas Paranraj ki jai, Sadam Goswami Sachan Thakur Bhakti Nod ki jai, Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannath Paranraj ki jai, Sirupan Ugu Gauri Gurva ki jai, Jai Srup Sanatana Patragana Shri Gopal Bhatta Daswarna Sarvaswantu ki jai, Prem Kosh Krishna Chaitanya Bhavantanam Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shvasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Prajamandala Ketramandu Gaudamandu ki jai, Tribhuvan Mango Karisi Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Kantaraj Shrimad Bhaktam ki jai, Sisi Radha Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki jai, Anantakul Vaishnava Vrinda ki की जय, शंकर भक्त वृंद की जय, मदेश्वर वृषभानंदिनी स्मृति रानी की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
जय
वृंदै तुलसी देव्याय प्रेम केशवस्य कृष्ण भक्ति परिदेवी सतते वंजगल्पतरुमस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पुरीतानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे So dear Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, I want to make an announcement, and that is in about September in 2009, Srila Gurudev published in Hindi one very wonderful book. And one section in this book was called Gaudiya Darshan. It's a lectures of Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur from 1929, August 11th at Abbot Hall in Calcutta. And this lecture Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is so amazing. It may be the greatest lecture ever spoken in this day of Lord Brahma. It is so wonderful. But almost 100 years passed and it was not translated into English. So now I'm very overjoyed to announce that it is now available in English. Gaudiya Darshan by Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur.
हरि बोल।
So this is really is like a bomb. When you read this, it is so purifying, so beautiful. The heart of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur has been expressed here. Very profound Siddhanta. Really, if anyone will read it, it will change their life forever. So Gurudev, it was one of the last things that he gave. And so now it's available also now in English. And I have written a commentary as well. Some of the Siddhanta is a little bit challenging. So some commentaries there to make it more accessible as well. So it was just released to celebrate, because we are celebrating, 150th anniversary of the appearance of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So on Akshay Tritiya there was a big festival in Mexico, and the Acharyas from many Gaudiya Mats all came together there to celebrate. From ISKCON also, all came together to celebrate. And so on Akshay Tritiya this was released. So you can get it from the book table over there. So if you all get a copy today and read it, tomorrow I'm going to give class on this book. Well, this will be the subject tomorrow, Gaudiya Darshan by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So you take it out and read something, and then tomorrow we'll explain some of the wonderful Katha in this book. Hare Krishna.
Do you want to announce the other books?
Go to the book table so people can.
Do you want to announce the other books as well?
No, I'm just announcing this now. Tomorrow I'll have to. Because so many